Hello guys, and welcome to a tutorial how to make a water power plant. Now a water power plant is an excellent power source which is renewable, and it is great for the start of the game. The only requirement I think is that you have a blast furnace and you can create aluminium. This guy, aluminium ingot. You need a blast furnace and a cokes for this, so you need a coke furnace and blast furnace, and you can make this stuff. And from this, come on, usage, no, oh god. Yeah, here, aluminium ingot. I have my little cheaty mode. Yeah, and we can use it to craft. Where was it? Here. To craft a lot of stuff. You need them for a thermal generator. So, really, when you have this stuff, you can either go the lava way or you can build these guys, and yeah, here they are. And before you finish the lava project, you can power your base using the water mills. Yeah, so basically it's once you have the aluminium, it's not too hard to get. You need Industrial Electrolyzer and blast furnace and coke furnace. So not the industrial blast furnace, but the regular blast furnace. So it's not that hard to get in the early game. So once you have these, just combine a generator and you get 2 water mills. Okay, and I will show you how to create a efficient system, expandable efficient system that can power your whole base, and it's pretty cheap. The only real resource you will need for that is the aluminium. So basically we'll start by the only block I didn't prepare head on was this. Yes, so we need an infinite spring, so let's create infinite spring. Okay, now what we're gonna need is a deployer, and the deployer is no, come on, deployer is pretty cheap, some cobblestone, piston and a chest. This basically uses any item as if you use them with your hand. So it in our instance we will be using it to fill buckets with this block of water. Okay, the next thing we need is we need to send the buckets away to the system. So we will use the cheapest possibility is a filter. So we need a filter that will go draw things out of the deployer and send them out. And the last thing we will need, which is the most expensive of the whole set pretty much, is a retriever, which is a filter and 2 enderpearls. Brass ingot is easy to make with mixed dust. Blue alloy ingots is easy to make from nickelite. 1 leather, you just kill a cow. You need 2 enderpearls to make the system, but yeah, it's not as cheap as the lava generator I made earlier, but it's a lot more compact. It doesn't generate that much power either, but it's a lot more compact and requires 0 maintenance, so you can use it as backup power even for future. Okay, so we take our retriever and place it to draw into the deployer. The yellow is the input, so we will draw from here, from a pipe through the deployer. Now let's make this a bit bigger, a bit more bigger. Okay, now again you will need the pneumatic pipes, which are the most awesome pipes of them all. We'll do setup like this. Come on. And now just this. Okay, I cannot place it here because it would feed the items into the retriever's buffer, into the filter inside. Now this retriever, it will need to be powered by blue energy, which is not difficult. We will do that later. So we need buckets. So we have this deployer will fill buckets. This filter will take those buckets out and feed them into our generators, into the windmills, water mills. And once the water mills use those buckets, this retriever will call them back into it and feed them back into the deployer that will fill them again, and the buckets will cycle in the system and fill our water mills. That is the basic idea of this. So let's make us some water mills. I'll put them further away so that we can see it going about. Okay, so these are water mills. You get 2 per 1 generator, so that's once you have the aluminium, there's really not many uses for it except for mixed ingot, maybe mixed alloy, stuff like that. This is the best use of the aluminium, basically. Once you get it, it's a good investment to make this system, because it's pretty much the first and cheapest renewable source of EU that you can make. Okay, and now we need to okay, deployer. This can be, yeah, we will, oh, are some buckets, empty buckets, yes, empty buckets. 1 stack's enough. 1 stack will power again. I can't kill him. There will be a lot of small get lost. Yeah. So the filter, it's we need to set it to only take out the filled buckets. So 1 filled bucket in here, and the retriever, we need to set it to only draw the empty bucket. So 1 additional empty bucket in here as filter. Okay, now we need 2 things, and that's it. This is not very, it's not complicated machine to make, it's complicated machine to understand. We need a timer. These are pretty cheap to make, and I'll put it in here. Now the timer, you will probably want something like come on, it depends on the number of generators, but the more generators, the faster you will need to refill those buckets. 750 milliseconds, more than enough for this array once it's completed. Yeah, and now we need something that I don't know how it's called, the wire something, blue wire, blue something, where is it? There, blue alloy wire. I will take that. Yeah, blue alloy wire, and we will need a solar panel, but not the solar panel you get from the industrial craft, but the blue solar panel. That is very easy to get. Yeah, that is basically just 1 alloy ingot and these blue wafers. You need alloy furnace for it, but that's just bricks, and you need diamond hands, and so you cannot use other than diamond to make these silicon wafers. but that's really it. You need I think 2 diamonds for it, and some coal and some sand, and some nickelite, but you probably have crap load of nickelite and never use it anyway. Okay, so basically you need to do this. Put 1 down. You just need 1. It's enough. You only need to charge this. It really doesn't draw much energy. Okay, I'll set day. Sorry. Now it will start charging. As you can see, this blue power is it's different. Will it start? It should start. Yeah, I guess I need to connect it to the bottom of it, like this. Yeah, that's the problem, I think. No. I remember there I had problems the first time I was connecting this. You basically need to connect it from the bottom, and like this it will work. Yeah, it will work. Okay, it's charging. You need to connect it in this spot. I don't know why it doesn't work like redstone, but it doesn't. Okay, this is the charge level. No, this is like the power level, and this is the battery, internal battery charge level. So this will get to like half, and then this will kickstart, and it will all fill up. It's not really dependent on the solar panel, because the power usage is minimal when it's retrieving the buckets. It can pretty much, you just charge it once and you can take the solar panel away, from what I've seen, so that's not an issue. And I mean, it can work overnight, it's not an issue. Okay, and now that red alloy wire, and I will place it here and here and here, and lo and behold, buckets are filled in this deployer, and this filter is sending them out, and it's sending them in here, and they are being placed in here. Yes, so these watermills are now running, and they have the buckets inside because this deployer is not yet charged. And once it gets to the required level, it will turn on and the buckets will be retrieved. Basically, the difference between these two, the filters are drawing from the adjacent block, while the retriever has the enderpearl requirement because it can draw things from far away. So it can basically draw from here, even though it's not adjacent to it. You can build this system using just the filters without the enderpearls, but you would need a filter under every watermill, which is yeah, I don't know if you actually, no, I don't think you can do it. I don't think this is pretty much a requirement. Yeah, it's charged. You can see it kickstarts, and it draws the empty buckets in here. And again, this is so awesome. I love this mission. I mean, when it comes to building stuff, I prefer the lava machine, but this is simple and fun to watch. Okay, so I will complete this. As you can see, it's drawing more and more buckets. You get 2 per generator, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really what, like that's 32. That's 32 titanium ingot. No, titanium. Aluminum. That's 32 aluminum ingots, and you get this. So that's pretty much nothing, because once you have the electrolyzer and bauxite, you get all the aluminum you ever want. Now we need to draw power from these. These are filled. As you can see, the buckets are full and waiting for us to use the power. We can use optic fiber, because this will be quite a long distance, I guess. This will be somewhere in your basement or something, because it's using a lot of buckets, it's cycling all the time, it can lag, and the timer is pretty tight. The longer this will be, the tighter the timer. So you want to not to have this in your base inside it. You want to use the optic fiber to draw energy somewhere else. Okay, so this is ultra low current cable. It's pretty much maximum, it supports packets of maximum of 5 EU per tick. I think each of the watermill is supporting 1 EU per tick. So we have what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 16 of them. So we have 16 EU per tick generated by this, pretty much. Okay, and I will of course do something like this, and you will want a battery box or MFE here, and it's charging. This ultra low current cable is has pretty much the same distance related energy loss as the optic fiber. So you can use it instead to draw it to your home somewhere, or it's losing energy, but it's using like 1 EU per 30 blocks, I think. It's on the wiki, so don't take my word for it. As you can see, it's not bad. Yeah. It's about 200 EU per second, and this is working. It's filling the buckets, sending them away. I don't think this needs any more buckets, but it may use another stack of buckets. But be aware that the more buckets this will use and the longer it will be, it may generate some lag. So this machine, I really use this machine for as a backup power. I hook up my remote recharge station into this, so I always have power, even if something happens in my base, the pump runs dry or anything. I always have recharging station available, and my ender pouch. I can use my ender pouch to recharge. And I use this power to power the electrical engines and to support my bees. So I basically hooked up 2 electrical engines with the tin, I think, or iron upgrades, with soldering iron. You make a circuit and iron tube, electron tube, and you plug it into the electrical engines and they will consume 1 EU less per tick. So this will pretty much be enough to power them. You can make this longer, but you will need to add more buckets, and you will need to make the timer tighter, or maybe you can come out with some different setup. Maybe do 2 rails that are separate. It's really up to you, but this is the basic idea of this power plant. Okay, it's working at peak efficiency. Now if I compare it to the lava generator that I made in my earlier tutorial, there's a really easy way to test this. Yeah, this is generating, and we can see that this is quite a lot faster. It runs out of Netherrack, and I just run out of Netherrack. This was about maybe 15 minutes, half an hour, and I had this much surplus. yeah, it's generating much faster than but you need to fill it with the netherrack. These two machines, they are my favorite sources of power when I start on a new server. One of these will be in my basement. The water, no maintenance but less power, and you need to double into the blue power stuff. And you need the aluminium, which pretty much you only need access to nether for the other for the lava generator. This needs aluminium, so you need the blast furnace and you need industrial electrolyzer. So yeah, it's not a bad idea to start with the lava generator. Make your industrial electrolyzer, build this as your backup power, and then move into the lava pump in the nether, and then the tesseract pump, and by then you basically will have titanium, industrial blast furnace, and all that fancy stuff to make solar, and you are pretty much in the just on the way to the end game power, because solar is the most efficient of them all. But this is really my second favorite, second most favorite way to generate power when you start the game. It's not as much fun to build it as the other station, but it's working, it's generating power, and it's completely maintenance free, so it's great backup system. So I hope you like this, and it's night again, full of creepers, alpha creepers. I'll see you guys next time, and hope you liked it. Bye.